I'm Mia Forbes Pirie and I'm a mediator. I was recently awarded Independent Mediator of the Year in the UK by Corporate International. And that's meaningful for me because one of their key criteria is service, and service is important to me. I've worked with big clients like the G7, the European Commission, the Church of England, and even the government of Mongolia. But throughout, service is very important to me, and in that context and beyond, helping people like you and me have better conversations, particularly when the subject matter is difficult and important. So I could tell you a story about how I almost didn't become a mediator because I'm a woman. Because when I was thinking about being a mediator, I was told that to be a successful commercial mediator, you needed to be male and middle-aged. But I'd rather not dwell on that story, even though it's clearly very appropriate for International Women's Day. Because what I'd like to do is talk to you about how to challenge. Because I think a lot of times we want to challenge things in the world, but we feel afraid of being aggressive, coming across as confrontational. We don't like conflict. And we think that we have to be aggressive to challenge, but in reality we don't. And challenging kindly can be as powerful, if not more, than challenging aggressively. So my story today is about how to challenge kindly. And it begins in Paris, where I was having a conversation with a woman who is quite opinionated and who I'd known for a long time, and we were catching up. And I was telling her what I'd been doing. And I mentioned that I had been one of the mediators working with the Church of England on gay marriage. And when I say that to people, often they feel the urge to tell me what their views are on gay marriage. And that was indeed the case with this woman. And so she said to me, I have gay friends and I really like them. They're great. And I don't mind whatever they do in private. That's their business. But when I see them being physical together in public, I feel uncomfortable. And so gay people shouldn't be allowed to get married. And so I paused and I reflected. And I did what all good mediators, therapists, even FBI hostage negotiators, and anyone really who is good at having difficult conversations does. I showed her that I understood her. And understanding someone is different from agreeing with them. So the way you show someone that you've understood them is to repeat back to them what they've said. And so what I said to her is, so what I'm understanding is that you have gay friends, you like them and you think they're great, and you don't mind what they do in private. But when you see them in public and they are physically affectionate together, that makes you uncomfortable. And as a result of that, you think that they shouldn't be allowed to get married. Is that right? And she said, yeah, that's right. You've understood. And so when we understand someone, there's a connection that's created, and all human beings want to be understood, and there's a softening. And so then I reflected again and I said to her, because I wasn't convinced that her logic was flawless. I said, so what is it that makes you think that your discomfort should determine the law of the country you live in? And then it was her turn to pause and reflect. And she looked back at me and she said, you make an interesting point. And we left it there and moved on to other things. And the lesson from that is you don't always need to ram your point home, whatever your point is. You might just spark a little seed that switches on a light bulb and lets someone begin to think about what they've said and what their beliefs and ideas are. So my hope with this is that on things that matter to you, you will choose to challenge, and you'll have another tool in your challenge box. You'll be able to challenge kindly and powerfully. I'm Mia Forbes Pirie, and I choose to challenge. Happy International Women's Day.